Hey, we should be live, Justin.
All right. Let's try and get all this freaking laundry done. Never ending. God, dude, this laundry.
Yeah, what are you doing?
All right. I got the chat pulled up. No, I do not. All right. Nobody yet. What's up,
Nobody yet.
everybody? There's a few people watching there.
I'm gonna check Mia. She might want to go out. I don't think so, but let's see. You gotta go outside. You wanna go outside? Go outside. Go back. Go back. Hurry up. She sends mixed signals sometimes. She wants to go, sometimes she doesn't. Sometimes she does. Sometimes I walk over to the door and she just looks at me, you know?
What's up,
Crazy.
Tim?
Hey, Mr. Tim. So did you game last night? Is that what you did? Later on in the evening? Justin? Are you there?
Yeah. Is the garlic butter?
Hey, Mark's here and so is Joe.
I'm here.
Hi, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about from somebody that's had 3 meals today already? Okay,
I only had one meal today.
Sounds like a little bit of family confrontation going on over
Alright,
there.
it's gonna take forever. I'll go. You.
I had two meals.
Just
I had
two?
a
Breakfast a little while ago.
a sausage sandwich and a macaroni cheese.
Had eggs, grits, and sausage this morning, and Jimmy John's a few minutes ago.
Because
Oh,
she's
Jimmy
sitting here trying to
John's.
get her third helping. Go away
Who?
and tell everybody else is done eating. God,
Growing girl.
no, but you've been eating nonstop all day today.
Well, it's Sunday, a day of rest. What else are you supposed to do?
I didn't rest.
Did you go fly today, Joe?
Yeah, I went up to that property.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about it.
It's a big property.
How'd the flight go? Good?
It went okay, and it was overcast. It wasn't bad looking. The video doesn't look bad. I think it's good like it is because you don't have all the shadows from the sun and everything else. So the property looks even, you know? It looks even to me, like it's not overexposed, not underexposed. It's color graded right.
Yeah.
So I think it looks good. And he's a photographer. He'll probably say, yeah, leave it alone. You know, and I told him, if it looks bad, I'll come out and do it again on a sun during the week. So good, that's my good buddy that I shot his wedding 30 years ago. You know, so I'll come out and shoot it again. I said, and I'll fish because he's got a big fishing pond right there. And that's his, come to find out, that's his mother-in-law's property. It's his mother-in-law's property that they're getting ready to sell because they passed away about a year ago.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
told him, I said, I tell you, if it's on the market, when this Marine Corps stuff gets settled with me, I'll talk. I said, I might talk to you because it's just far enough away to be away from everybody, out in the country enough that if you drive on the lawn, if you drive up to the house, and you're not supposed to be there, you shouldn't be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a kind of country house, like, because I was on one driveway and I looked at, saw cars in the back. I called him and said, okay, which house am I going to? Because I don't want to go out here onto somebody's house and not be the right one. And he said, I'm right up the street. I'll be right there. And it was right next door, but it's 3,200 square feet, the house. And the fishing pond on the side of the house is longer and wider than the house. So he said they used to catch catfish and they had 10, 11 pounds.
Oh, boy.
Up, Joe,
So
Mark.
it's like, now we're talking, you know,
And a garden big enough to fly the Avata around.
4.5 acres.
Morning all.
Hey, Dominic, how's it going?
All right.
What's up, Dominic? Good morning.
Yeah.
Morning.
As long as I work doing surveying, I still have absolutely no idea how big an acre is.
I couldn't even tell you. I'd have to go look it up. What's up, Tim? Yeah, but he's the guy
Hello
that
to everybody in the
his son
chat.
bought him a Holy Stone.
Hi, Dominic.
Yeah, he bought him a Holy Stone drone. So he said the only thing he's ever done is get it up in there and crash it, right?
What did you say you were going to tell him yesterday?
Mad Bull.
I was gonna tell him throw it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he brought it out there and the wind was blowing about 28, 30 miles an hour. I put my Mavic 3 up, put it up about 100 feet in the air, and he's looking up. He says, it's not even moving. I said, you're right. That's DJI. It's not moving.
Ah.
I did all the video while he was watching. He put the Holy Stone up and got it about the level halfway up the trees, and it was bobbling all over the place. And I said, and I told him, I said, you don't have a garbage can around here, right? He just looked at me. But he's going tomorrow to Best Buy, and pick up a Mini 3 Pro, Flymore kit. They got one that's refurbished for $689 with 3 batteries.
Mm-hmm.
So
Fine.
you just
Are
go
you-
and buy him a Mini 3 Pro.
A
So
fly-
would you go by square meters, Mark?
Well, when we did surveying, we normally did it in metric, yeah, for some reason or other.
As it says, 1 acre equals 4,046 square meters.
Yep.
4,046.
Right, so that's the
So
equivalent
he's got
200
4.5.
meters, 200
Hey,
meters
you got
by
Don, how
20
you doing, Mudball?
to
Yeah. Yeah, in meters it'd be 254.
I'll send you a picture,
Time to
Show you
fly,
the-
how you doing?
how big the property is.
What's up, Donald? Tim
According
already
to-
said hi.
4.5,
What's up, Al?
it would be
Yeah.
like 200 meters by 100 meters nearly.
Let's see.
Phones out in the kitchen.
Well, I got 5 ships so far today.
Right.
That's a busy day.
Yes, it is. Because doing the
still got your
ships
drone,
only
right?
takes a few minutes, but it's the damn editing afterwards. That's-
Yeah.
That and having 5 batteries that are charged up.
Yeah.
Well, the batteries charge up within an hour, so. I come home. and
Justin, I
put the
sent you
battery on the charger and.
A picture of the property,
Mhm.
and that's exactly the property right there. It's the right is the gate coming into it. The tree line going around is exactly the property line.
Are
you
you
got the
sho-
pond
are
right
you-
next to the house.
Are you sharing it for us to see it or no?
Yeah, I sent it to Justin because that's a
Oh.
different computer.
Well, a football pitch is 100 by 50, so it's like 4 football pitches next to each other.
It's pretty big.
They're small. They're small pitches.
Well, yeah, they
Yeah.
are. The American football's only 100 by 50.
Yeah. Yeah, that's feet you're talking about.
Hmm?
Or yards.
100
Thousand.
yards by 100 yards by 50 yards is what an American football pitch is.
Yeah, ours would be 170 by 111. 110, sorry. Yards.
Yeah.
Ours are probably 2/3 bigger than pretty much all sporting. Well, remembering we play cricket. We play cricket on our football pitches or grounds.
Wow.
Algonac. Yes.
There's the first one, that's down at the south end, that'll be coming by here probably in about 3 hours.
Okay.
That's out of Sweden, that's a cruise ship.
Pay close attention, Paul, so you don't miss it, because you know sometimes
Mhm.
that thing ain't right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching, this is a live cam. Anybody can tune into the live cam. There's Port Huron, there's 2 Port Huron live cams. There's a St. Clair live cam, Marine City live cam, and this is the Algonac live cam. This is the furthest south.
Yeah, you've got what? Because things that small can sneak past you without being noticed.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
they're
Justin.
following that ship as it goes up in the channel. But
Mhm.
there's an island over there, which they're showing you a picture of.
Yeah.
And so that ship will disappear behind the island because there's people that live over there.
Ah.
And there's a lot of trees and whatever. But it's a Viking ship. And it's really, really outstanding to look at.
Pretty nice for a Viking ship.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
think they had motors on them.
Yeah,
They
the
didn't.
sales will
Now,
be
now
set.
they do.
Yeah.
Hey, Justin, check your messenger. I sent you that aerial shot of the complete property. The
My
right
Thank you.
side is the street, and then the
There's-
tree
there's some
line
houses
is the
over there.
fence. And you can see the, next to it, you'll see the pond. But that's 4.5 acres. And that house is 3,300 square feet.
All right.
Like Viking do river cruises around Europe.
A lot of the cruise ships companies are American, but they don't fly American flags on them.
Yeah. Tax purposes.
Yep. They
Insurance
register
purposes.
they register in a bunch of the
Other countries.
like Cayman Islands and Virgin Islands and stuff like that.
Mm.
My snap.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop sharing. I don't know who's running the camera. They're stupid.
Showing little boats.
But what they're doing is they're panning the camera, and I don't know why, but.
Yeah.
Mm.
but
That's-
that
that's the
ship will
property.
Pop out in front of those other places there. That's
can
the
see- you
property
see-
there, Joe?
Yeah, you can see the 3 cars on the side.
Oh, yeah,
That big one's a Lincoln Navigator.
oh, yeah.
That's how big the house is. It's 3,300 square feet. Fishing pond in there. They said bass, catfish, and perch.
Possible
And-
gators.
Yeah, I'll guarantee there's gators. In there. I was gonna go fish today in there, but I said, no, I didn't have a gun with me, so. But,
Pretty-
but that thing is very nice. In some of those trees, that one all the way down in the bottom left-hand corner was 140 feet in the air.
Now, see, I'd get rid of all this right here.
All
Get
that
rid
would
of
be
all
gone.
that shit. Yeah, get rid of all that crap around there.
I'd keep the one right up at the top, like right at 12 o'clock, that little bunch. I'd keep that, but all the rest of it in front of the house would be gone. And I'd
I would-
kind of trim it down half of what.
That's what I'm
that is.
saying. I would do a nice
Clean
box,
it out,
get it
yeah.
all boxed in.
Yeah, I'd
and
box
then
it
get
in
rid of
nice.
all this crap out of here. Yeah, I don't like as much as people say, oh, trees are nice to shade your house and all that. No, but they also, you take a higher risk of your house getting damaged with any type of storm coming through.
Well, when Hurricane Katrina hit, Dave told me there was about 3 times as many trees there. All of the rest of them came down.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, everybody around here in Florida, oh, let's plant all these big, massive ass trees right over top of our house. I'm like, you guys are a bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking, you're just asking for a tree to come down on your house.
Get plenty of firewood.
Oh, yeah. But there's the house on the inside. I walked all through it and looked at it, and the amount of work that it needs, because it's been sitting there for about 1.5 years. So whoever buys it is gonna have to put about $100,000 into it to get it up to normal. But they'll sell it because he's asking for the 4.5 acres and the big house. They're asking right at 400,000 for it. They'll probably go within a month. Because somebody's gonna come in there and say, okay, let me fix it up and then turn around and sell it for $1 million, you know, something like this, or all come in and live in it.
Mm.
But you're gonna need about 6 months to put all the work in.
Well, it's big enough for you to put an RV on the driveway while you're having it done.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He said, make sure you get a picture and show the driveway so they can, oh, I could put a boat and RV there. So I
Oh,
made sure I
yeah,
got
he's got plenty of room on the driveway.
oh, he's got it's beautiful. I mean, I came up with the Avada up the driveway, just followed the driveway into the front of the house. And I didn't use it in the video because it was just too overcast for it. Didn't look right. But I did use the one coming in around the pond. I came around from the other side where the pond was and then came right over the pond towards the house so you could see how close it was to give you that perspective. And when I turned in to go over the pond, I had to go back and look at that footage. I thought I saw a gator right there, but it was a log. It looked like a gator right on the bank. I was gonna call him and say, you got a gator out there, you know?
I could just hear Joe screaming like a little girl and looking around, realizing it was a log, making sure nobody heard him.
I don't scream.
You get a gator there, you'll have a lot less catfish and perch.
If I see a gator, I'm gonna leave. Bottom line. It's not my job to shoot them. It's my job to call Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries to come get them.
Shit, around here, the sheriff's department will come get him.
Yeah, they had that guy the other day, that MMA in Florida, MMA fighter, came over barefooted, no shirt on, and grabbed the gator and walked off with him.
Oh yeah, I
It-
watched that video and they were like, "Oh, big Florida gator." I was like, "That's a baby. What are you talking about,
That
big?"
was a baby gator.
That's like 2 feet long, 2.5, maybe 3 feet at the most. That's tiny.
That might have been 3 feet. But you get a 14-foot gator, he wouldn't have done that. That 14-foot
Not
gator wrapped that tail around his head, knock him across the thing.
not unless you were highly trained. You don't want to jump on a gator that size.
No, you know.
I've seen guys do it, but they know, you have to really know what you're doing and know how that thing's going to react.
So how does this print look?
Have a very strong rope tied round its nose.
It's funny how much bite force they have coming down, but then you can literally hold their mouth shut with 2 fingers. They can't open it.
That's the Avada bumpers I found online. I printed them last night,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Johnny printed them with TPU. He's printing them with TPU.
Is that the same
That's the one.
ones out last night or different ones?
That's the same one, but it's got a different thing here. His was separated. This one didn't separate.
All right.
Each side is hooked together, right?
Yeah, it's all hooked underneath. No, it's like that. It hooks on right there.
Mhm.
Got that little piece.
Huh.
But it didn't fit. It was only the right side, or the left side. That was the only thing. And Johnny said the other one isn't matching up. It won't match up. I looked at him. I said, "Yeah, it's not. It's supposed to be two different ones, but they're only giving you one side." So I looked at it, stuck it in the slice, and I said, "Well, if I do a y-axis mirror, let's see what happens." I did that. It lined up perfect. So when it
That's
lined up
probably
perfect,
that's probably what he did, was he just designed one side expecting somebody to mirror it.
well,
You
I
know?
did. I mirrored it, and it worked perfect.
There's no reason, like, if you're gonna design something like that, you really only need to take the time to design one side if it's the same exact on the other, because then you can just, like
Yep.
you did, you can just mirror it.
I flew this with it on it today in 27-mile-an-hour winds, and I didn't have any issue.
Did
No issue
you,
at all.
Dustin Dunhill, put a range test up on the Avata 2 today?
Yeah, so I didn't see it. I saw it. I didn't go look at it.
2.6 miles in normal mode, but he didn't quite make it back. Close.
Oh, where it
Oops.
wound up.
It wanted to come back at 55%, and he cancelled the return to home, saying he'd bring it back at 50%, and couldn't figure out how to turn the return to home back on again. So he wasted a bit of battery. So he found somewhere to land and went and picked it up. But he's bought something similar to an AirTag, but not an AirTag. It's a Bluetooth locator. So
Why didn't he just
about
Why
set up?
didn't he have it preset for 30%?
No, I'm saying, why did he fiddle around with return to home? Why didn't he just turn it around and bring it back?
well, that's what he did in the end. But by which time it used up a bit more battery, so it didn't have enough to get all the way back.
He must have been fiddling around with it while it was.
I don't know
Yeah,
how
that's
he,
what
I don't know how he gets away with that shit, but whatever. I don't really care, but
He did it
it just-
again in sports mode. That was like 18 miles an hour in normal, but it flew back at 24. And then
That's-
when he did sports mode, it was doing 35, and it still got 2.64 miles. Went into return and still returned home at 24. So it would seem that like 24 miles an hour is the optimum speed for battery life.
That's all. And see, that's one thing I will give Billy Drone Life is how he gets in trouble, but then other people have done thousands of videos doing shit like that.
Yeah.
And no, but they don't get in trouble.
Nobody gets bothering them, yeah.
I just don't understand it. That trips me out.
It's mainly, I think, Mikey then flaunts, whereas the other put it up and that's it.
I
Mikey
think that has a lot to do with it.
flaunts and calls out the FAA.
Yeah, he's very opinionated.
Well, technically, he was in the U.S. before, Al. He was in Hawaii. That's technically a U.S. state.
Oh, yeah,
FAA
yeah, that's
rules still
correct.
apply there.
He was in Hawaii.
is part of America, and they would be overseen by the FAA. So
Yeah, now he's
regardless of where
technically
he is, it could be Hawaii, it could be Alaska. It's still
technically
one of the
he's in the lower
states of
48.
the US of A that is overseen by the FAA
And I think the FAA oversees U.S. territories too, like
and
Guam
US
and Puerto
territories.
Rico.
Yes,
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. He might be in the lower 48, what they would call the lower 48, but
yeah.
it's
Like
still he was in the
contiguous.
U.S.
Yeah, the
So-
contiguous part of the US.
Somewhere on
But if he's in Hawaii or if he's in Alaska, he's still in the US.
No, he's somewhere on the Wyoming and
Oh,
Arizona.
I know that. But I'm just saying if he did it in Hawaii, Hawaii is no different to do it in Wyoming.
Well,
Yeah.
it is its 50th state.
Yeah, no difference. Like I said, I
Yeah.
don't really give a shit. I just just looking at everything that's transpired,
Hey,
it just
David
doesn't make sense to me.
Birdman.
Hey, Paul.
What's up,
Birdman.
David?
Birdman.
Right.
What's new with Laura?
Some of you guys on this panel and some of you in the chat are going to be disgusted with me.
Okay.
One person on this panel is going to be excited and happy for me. I'm afraid I'm changing allegiance. I will no longer be Detroit or Michigan.
Oh,
Why?
We're going to Miami. Welcome to Miami.
What'd you just
I-
discover that song? That song's old.
No, my football club is being taken over by a Miami consortium, and they're going to pump £300 million into the club. I'm sorry, £300 million. I'd do anything for that.
So that's going to be Blackpool, Miami?
No, Preston.
Oh, Preston.
What are they
So
gonna
you-
do on like their stadium or something?
Yeah, well, the stadium's
Or is it
more or less done,
contracts?
but they're going
Is
to
it
build a new training ground, new players. Literally, they're going to pay us to go to the Premier
Is
League.
it bigger contracts for the players too?
Oh, it'll be everything.
I mean, 300 million's a lot, but that only goes so far if you're building infrastructure.
Hell, they spend
Mm.
that much money on football players. Just a
Yeah,
couple of
they'll be looking for better players to get them into a promotion spot next season.
Yeah,
Yeah,
promotion.
but this
and
is
then
what
we
they
move into
do.
the next level.
Yeah,
Well,
they're going to
there
say,
is
"Here's your
only
300
one more
million."
level above it, and that's the
Yeah.
Premier League.
Yeah, so it'll be, "Here's your new training ground, which will attract the better players. Here's your new facilities in the stadium, attract more fans in. Here's a bigger sponsorship deals, everything." Literally, they're going to take our small-time billionaires that are sat there doing absolutely fuck all, kicking them out down the road, and we're going to make it big.
Better bar,
Yeah.
better pie stands.
So, Liverpool, Man United, Man City, Newcastle, step aside. We're coming up.
Well, you look like that, and first of all, you smell like that. So get out of my face.
$300 million and Dolphins still can't win a Super Bowl.
300 million pounds, not dollars.
Yeah, that's nearly $400 million.
But that's their initial investment. You see, once they put that sort of money in, yeah, if we need more, they're not going to turn around and say, hell no, because they're going to lose out on their investment, aren't they?
Uh-huh.
You ain't-
Well,
And you're not going to put that sort of money in if you're not going to make money back. So they must know something we don't.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the news broke today, the day after Blackpool fans thought they were getting one over on the Preston fans by holding a big banner up saying Preston North End will be bankrupt in 2 years. Maybe not.
Well,
So the Sun over here says, is it? Just reading the article. It says
The Sun.
it's some
Yeah, Sun
mysterious.
newspaper.
It says
God.
mysterious Miami-based
three.
group eyeing £50 million takeover. of
Yeah, they pay
Preston.
£50 million for the club, and then they pump 300 million in.
That's actually cheap for a sports
It's not.
franchise.
professional sport.
Because I mean, you have to pay over $1 billion to buy a baseball or football or basketball team over here.
Yeah, but at the moment, this middle of the second division,
Yeah,
the championship, which is the second division. where
Because
the
over
Premier-
here, you'd have to be a billionaire to buy a sports team over here. I'll be a multi-billionaire
well,
if you want to be full owner of it.
Berry's for sale.
Now there are some teams that have multiple owners because they're worth a few $100 million each. You know, and they all put their money
rumors
in
are,
together.
No, they can't own more than one.
yeah, rumors are one of the investors is a none other than a famous ex-British English football player that actually played for us for 7 games.
Did it?
No,
What?
not
Beckham.
Yep.
now, over here. You can't buy multiple
Because,
teams,
well,
but you can have multiple owners of one team.
Beckham owns Miami football team,
Yes, and he also owns shares in Salford.
soccer team. Oh yeah,
But-
he's in with Giggsy and
Yeah. But
Neville
There's-
brothers.
there's a talk of them splitting because
Well,
they're not moving the club as forward as much as they wanted to.
That's not Salford. It's not Salford City. That's a
Oh.
different. It's FC
Uh,
Manchester.
No,
so
FC
between-
Manchester's a spin-off from Man United.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So-
owned by Beckham and Giggsy.
No, it's not. It's not owned by any of them. It's Salford they own. FC United is owned by the fans of Manchester United because of the Glaziers,
Yeah.
So
the
between
Phoenix club.
David Beckham and his wife, they're worth 514 million. He's worth 450. She's worth 70.
And the rest.
Yeah, and the rest.
Well, he got a $500 million contract just to come over and play for the U.S. What, about 15 years ago or whatever it was? It was a while
Yeah,
back.
he actually runs the Miami team.
Yeah. Well, I've met David Beckham many times. I've met Victoria Beckham. I've met his dad. I've sat in his dad's car listening to football. So, yeah. He's welcome back anytime.
Yeah, Tim, I think that's what we're going to do next weekend. We're going to do some Fortnite because I want to give other people, you know, because we're all trying to play as groups. Some people like to play certain games, others don't. So let's switch it up every week.
But
Try to play something different.
Keep everybody happy.
Play
So when we
Mario.
play Pong?
No, Mario Kart.
Oh, Mario Kart.
Technically I could do that, but I'd have to download a emulator. So I don't actually have the game.
It's all right. I've got it on the Nintendo Wii. I'll run it through the video catcher.
Right down there.
Well, could you do a multiplayer online stream of that game
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you-
with all of you racing against each other?
I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
there is, but you're not on the Nintendo Wii, you couldn't.
Yeah.
No, but if we had the game on PC and we were all in a lobby together racing, one of us just shares the screen and streams, yeah. You could do that.
Yeah.
Just like any other game, yeah. But- I don't even know if they have a PC version that's not an emulator, do they? Nintendo
Oh,
don't,
sure
doesn't
you will
have.
have.
I don't even know if Nintendo
That's
has
it.
PC versions of their games. Although I don't play a lot of Nintendo games, so I don't know.
Yeah, that
Well,
little
tech-
pond also has a little island. So I wonder, I should have went and put the Avada around there, took a good look to see what they had. They might have an alligator sitting back up in there.
Well, technically, Tim, 5 people could play Pac-Man if you could have 4 people playing as ghosts.
Yeah, right. Mario Kart PC. Use browser based and it's free.
Oh, you got a question in the chat, Joe.
That stupid chat's not updating. Hold on.
Jody asked you where'd you got that STL for the bumpers from? I think
Right.
Al shared it, didn't it? Wasn't it Al that shared it yesterday?
He did
No,
yesterday. It was
different
on,
one.
I want to say Printables,
Or Maker World? Was it Maker World?
Maker World.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go into Maker World and do Avada 2, I got you. Don't I have them on something?
Justin, I've posted the link to Mario Kart's PC in the chat,
Oh, let me see.
but it's a browser version, so I'm not sure it'll be very good.
Oh, yeah, you'd have to download looks like an emulator of some sort.
So no, it says browser, so
Well, I know. The way this site looks, it looks like it would have to run through some kind of emulator, unless all that's built into it already.
yeah, it's probably built into the emulator, into the website.
Hey,
It's
Jody,
gonna be
he's on
cloud
Facebook.
based, isn't it?
Probably. Yeah, Fortnite's really easy, Tim. And like I said, even if you're playing with the basic character, it doesn't, unless you're playing ranking like Jason was showing you. If you're just playing regular games, it doesn't matter. It's not gonna, and even if you buy skins, which they call the different characters skins, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't give you an extra edge over anybody.
Is Doom still going?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that guy's a
So-
huge cult following on the internet.
Right. Can you guys settle an argument? You guys that know 3D
30
printing.
years old.
Oh yeah.
Right.
What?
Justin, Joe, you guys, anyone in the chat.
Yeah.
I say no, but someone said you can drink out of a PLA cup.
No.
No,
No,
I
I
don't
didn't
think
think-
that's food grade safe. It's TP.
No, I didn't think so.
Is it PTEG? It's food grade.
PEG or something.
Yeah, there's a specific filament you can use to
Yeah.
actually make like
Oh, well.
dinner plates and stuff like that out of. But yeah, you
Oh.
definitely don't want to just print anything and start using it as a cup or
You
eating.
Use ABS. I think ABS is food
Yeah, I didn't
safe.
know they had a dog with them.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one it is to be honest, but there is specific ones that you have to use.
I know you can put it in Mod Podge because of the food safe Mod
Other
Podge,
girl.
which seals it, but I wouldn't highly recommend it.
Okay, Tim's saying PETG you can. That's the one I thought
Cheers,
it was.
Tim.
Yeah, it was some of that.
I know I was right, but this person's arguing with me because he wants me to print out a Southend United cup.
Now I'm curious. Well, I mean, if you wanted to print it out and he was just using it as a display cup, it wouldn't matter. But you'd have
No.
to make sure
Yeah, I
you
get that.
specify that to him. You
No,
cannot
he
use
wants
this
to
as a
use
cup.
he wants to use it at football to pour drinks into.
Okay,
I'm like,
so-
you're an idiot. You'll be watching the game, you'll just keel over dead.
Yeah.
I'm curious. So if you print out a food like a dinner plate with PETG, Could you microwave food with it?
I
I
like,
thought,
what Donald put.
I don't know. You'd have to have a look and see if it was microwave safe as well. It should be.
I'm sure
Not
they have a
liquid in
filament
it.
out there.
Wait, microwave safe? Hell no.
There's
I'm
no
sure
li-
they.
no, there's no liquid in it, so it shouldn't agitate, so it shouldn't heat up.
There should be some kind. I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't a filament out there that you can actually do that with. That can actually like take heat like that after it's printed. But I'm assuming in order to print a filament like that, it would have to print really hot.
A microwave doesn't produce heat.
Yeah, it agitates water molecules.
Yeah, it agitates the water molecules, and what that produces the heat. So if there's no water there, it don't cook nothing.
Oh, apparently you have to coat it in epoxy resin, so he might be right.
Yeah, I would just really research that before you print
Yeah,
anybody food
this
type
is done
stuff.
by the Food Standard Agency in the UK. Epoxy, it's called.
Yeah, but it's going to be a certain kind of epoxy though, too, right?
I would
Sure
think
there's-
so.
Remember is that araldite is an epoxy resin. There are different types.
Red Solo Cup. Oh, you know that song, Donald. That's Toby Keith's Red Solo Cup song. That's a good drinking song if you're drinking.
hmm.
Hello, Don.
A good friend of mine, Brian Goki, went to boot camp with him 50 years ago, right? I know anything that's posted on Facebook that's his before I even see the name. Okay. I know it like that. I pull up and the first thing that pops up, they got about 25 women sitting in a room. And they're all grandmoms.
Yeah.
And they all got bikinis on or underwear, right? Underwear and bras. And it says, the girls you wanted to hook up in high school are now waiting for you. I looked at it and said, gotta be Goki. I looked up there and it says Brian Goki. I said, I can't unsee it, you know? I told him, I said, dude, I can't unsee it now.
Hmm.
Come on, Goki.
Tell him to name them all.
He probably could. That's the worst part about it.
Joe said Al said I printed that one in TPU but didn't work.
That's the one that we had to do a mirror image of it to make it work on the other side. That's what I did. I put it in Tinkercad, said mirror, and put it both on the same what you call it. And then we brought it down and I gave it to John. He printed it last night and it worked. It's on his.
That's just got to be something in your settings or Al. Actually, I mean, I would reach out to Mike Nitrain and see what he says. He'd probably be able to help you with that.
Now, Johnny said it wasn't really tight. And I said, well, let me see what it's like. He's going to give me some TPU. And I might just scale it down just like a little bitty bit to make it fit tighter, you know?
Well, and I think Al's using a bamboo anyway, so Mike would probably be the one to ask.
Yeah,
he might
but
be able to give you some
that's the
pointers.
one. Yeah, like I said, I printed it last night on PLA. And on PLA with the mirror, it fits on there. It's snapped on. When I put it on, it snap. You know? And like I said, I flew it today. I did flips with it and everything. And it may not be as soft as TPU, but it's going to give it some protection.
Yeah, it's going to make it more rigid.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to put it through a CAD system now and downsize wherever it connects to the drone a little bit. By like a centimeter, a couple centimeters or something.
Yeah, well, he said
Or
it
millimeters.
Did fit.
I mean millimeters.
He said it did fit, but it was just a little bit loose. What I would do is just put it on the slicer and just scale it and just bring it down just a couple of, not even a millimeter. Look,
Yeah,
I'd see
I
the
would say
distance
about
and just bring
half
it down a little bit,
like that.
just enough for it to maybe grab on a little tighter.
Yeah, when you're
Like I
talking
said,
about those kind of tolerances, even a millimeter is huge.
Oh, I know. That's why I wouldn't put a lot on it, just bring a little bit. But I wanted to see what it would fly like with this stuff on it. And like I said, I was jumping through everything today with it. It was nothing. And that was with wind.
Mm.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my son. He didn't come home last night and left me a message. It said, not coming home tonight. I'll fill you in tomorrow. And I have a
The
feeling I know
girlfriend,
what it is.
the girlfriend's got him.
Got a feeling it's the girlfriend. Because the girlfriend, he's been, like, he was at the police station the other day and he recognized the car go by. It wasn't the girlfriend's car. He couldn't figure out what it was. It was the mom's car and she was driving it. And she drove past the police station to see if he was working. And he said something to her and she got all defensive and had a fit with him. He said something about, it was some kind of joke thing he saw. And she got all mad. She says, I'm still mad at you because you hurt me, but I miss you. I wish we could just lay down together and talk about it.
But looking at you.
So I hope he
I
didn't
need
get
you to grab
stupid
a
on me.
towel, please. Susan about to. I need to. And when she's done, then I need you to go in.
So I
there
don't
and
know.
Shower, please.
Joe, she sounds like a handful.
No, she sounds like a psycho.
Yep.
Because she has been, I think she's been stalking him the last couple of weeks to see what he's doing,
Yep.
like testing him, because she accused him of cheating on her because they
Well-
were working with that girl to try to get some drug dealers. And the
Yeah,
girl
but-
and it was a girl went to school with him, and she said, "No, I'm too afraid to do it." So he
Yeah, but Joe-
deleted all the numbers, and she went through his phone and found the numbers. So she was
Yeah, but-
in his phone.
I'll say driving by the police station, I'll tell you anything because the cops don't spend 99% of their time at the station. They're out on the road, so that I don't tell you anything.
Well, apparently he's seen it happen a couple of times. He'd be on the road and see her car coming way in the background, like she was following him around.
On patrol.
Yeah, because she apparently, this is the other thing. Apparently, she had his Snapchat where he could follow, where he'd be followed, or something like that. Where she know where he's at, and then she took hers away, and then I think it was yesterday sent it back to him to
Oh,
show
like,
where she was.
it was a
Oh, I'm telling you.
request to do tracking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All I'm
because
telling you, I think he's playing with fire.
like I had that set up with Sarah when I was going up to Yulee, where she could track me
Me.
on the GPS just to keep an eye, make sure I was okay. But
Yeah.
I had to accept the permission on my phone for her to do that. So
Yeah.
she must have got a hold of his phone while he was sleeping or something and said it.
Well, he
And then
set it
you-
up
then
when they
you'll
were
know-
going out. You
Oh,
know?
I was gonna say because you'll never know anyway because it's running in the background.
Yeah.
A lot of times the phone doesn't alert you because you gave the phone permission to do that. So it's not going to alert you that somebody set that up.
Oh, if you go in to find my phone, it will tell you who can see your phone.
Yeah, nobody's on mine. I got my Marine Corps son. He gave me permission to find him. My daughter, I have hers because
What's up,
when they were
Johnny?
going to North Carolina, I said, give it to me. I said, you could delete it later, but give it to me in case something happens. Well, I got to come find you. You know?
Yeah. Well, that's what the air tags are on
Yeah.
for the dog. Me and Kate can see where each other are. When she doesn't mess her phone up or hide herself on purpose, I don't know which.
On purpose. Alexa, thermostat 72.
The AC is
No.
set to 72.
Getting hot
AC?
in here.
AC 72. That's bloody
Yeah.
warm.
So
Jesus.
I
I
got-
68.
we usually keep ours on 70, but with the wonderful window unit that Joe was so gracious to donate, that thing stays on all the time. It's fucking a damn freezer in our room.
Well, in a few minutes, I'm gonna have to turn it off because 72 in here get cold.
In Fahrenheit.
17 degrees Celsius is 62.6 degrees Fahrenheit.
My heating is
Insane.
63.
Give it to me.
My heating's turned off. Once
it
it
went
gets
down
over
to
8 degrees, that heating's off.
It went down to 4 degrees last night.
Yeah, you're getting it cold up there.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of rain down here.
You're getting a bit of a storm. I noticed that on the weather map. All down just off the east coast, and then you.
Yeah. Laura must have charged her drone batteries up.
Yeah.
Are you just southeast of London then?
Northeast.
Northeast of London. Right.
Yeah, we're in Essex, so we're just above the Thames. I mean, literally, I could throw a stone and skim it across the Thames from
All
here.
right.
Right.
Alexa, thermostat 55 degrees. Johnny told me to. I don't know. Does he have a smart thermostat, Johnny?
Yeah, set it to boiling point.
Joe does, because he just told him his thermostat to set for 72.
Serious. It's not that serious.
Yeah, set it to boiling point.
Hmm.
He can't hear y'all because it's in my ear.
Oh, damn it.
And no
Johnny,
I hope Paul haven't got an Alexa control heating.
No,
Johnny, next time you're over at his house, pocket his earbuds.
You know what the funny thing is? There could be loads of people watching and their thermostats have all just clicked over.
Yeah.
You remember when Alexa first came out and the news guy did an article about a 4-year-old that kept ordering dolls on his Alexa, and the parents were complaining, and he says, "Yes, the kid keeps giving the Alexa command, and going, oh, Alexa, yeah, order this Barbie doll," and suddenly everybody's Barbie dolls everybody's Alexa across the US are ordering Barbie dolls.
That's why it's actually, I would say if you have small kids in the house, don't have that shit connected to your bank account. Just do everything manual on your phone. If you're living, like if it's just say you and your wife and you're living it's just you and your wife or girlfriend, and that's one thing. But kids, yeah, I mean, if they know that it will do something like that, they're prone to do it and not think of the consequences.
You just reminded me then. I've got a new bank card. I've got to change my Apple Pay.
Because it's just like how there's been parents, now like Google and Apple, if you go in and you start buying a crap ton of like, say, in-game money for a game that you're playing on your phone, if you start making too many purchases at one time, they'll shut it off because they'll think it's a kid doing it. Because too many parents over here have sued Apple and Google over their kids being able to order tons of stuff through games on, and then now they're calling it predatory, that the apps are being predatory.
Mm.
So now you can use the excuse if you accidentally order something, just say my kid did it, and they'll have to refund you.
And the other night I was ordering some pictures. I had 4 orders, and it's on my Discover card, and each of them were about $13, right? So I got to
Uh-huh.
the third one, put the third one, and put the fourth one in, and it wouldn't go through. Discover said, "You're having too many repetitive buys here." I
Yeah,
had
it
to let
looks
them know it's good
suspicious.
to make it go through.
Yeah.
I get away with that on eBay because Kate's dyslexic, so I just say she misread it.
Yeah.
I've got an
No.
important message for Joe and Justin because you're not reading the chat. Apparently,
No, I
shut
don't.
up.
No, I've been ignoring the chat. Except for
Deliberately,
everybody
yeah.
else in the chat.
We need
Yeah.
to track the dog lady. Oh yeah, John. Oh yeah, track her. Hell, with it, just follow her. Yeah. Hey, Laura. Oh, I'm being nice, and you saying shut up.
Yeah, sort her out.
So that was Johnny setting me up. Huh? That's all right.
Well, I'm now on episode 2, series 3 of Discovery. Should have finished it by the end of the week.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the Strange New Worlds to start back up too.
Yep,
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty soon.
probably a week or so away.
was that all?
I thought it was the middle of May.
Honestly, I didn't even look it up to see. I'll look it up real quick though.
1st of May is Wednesday, isn't it?
Wednesday.
That's
I think
payday.
it'd be probably 3rd or the 10th. That's around the same time it started last year.
It start the 4th. Strange New Worlds will return for a 4th season in April 2024. That's also.
Well, that's
April
all.
2024
April is
was only
over
2
on
days left.
Yeah,
Well,
so I don't.
last day of April.
Tonight and tomorrow night.
That's
Yeah,
what
For you,
Google
it's
says.
3.
Well, let me look and see if it maybe a new episode came out already. I hadn't really been looking the last couple weeks because Dominic told me it wasn't going to be for a while.
Yeah.
Let me
I thought.
double check. What is that, Paramount?
You're gonna
Yeah.
have to watch one episode at a time, or are they gonna bring a box set out anyway?
No, they'll do like on Discovery. They'll probably release the first 2 episodes on the release
Yeah.
date, and then it'll be 1 episode per week.
Mm.
That's what they're doing with Discovery. They released the first 2 episodes together.
First 2, and then they've been going from there.
Well,
Haven't,
that's is
haven't
that
watched
series
the
4?
latest one yet. I think it's episode 4, I think we're up to.
Yeah, there's no
Series 4, yeah.
no season
No,
3.
episode 4 of Discovery.
Yeah.
Season 5,
Yeah.
episode 4, I think. And I
Season
forgot to watch.
5? All right. I know I've definitely got the first 4 seasons to watch.
Yeah. 5th one started 3 weeks ago.
Right. I don't know whether that's on or not yet. It probably is, but I haven't looked.
Where's your big box?
Well, I was going to do barbecue pulled pork, cauliflower cheese, and bubble and squeak for me tea, but I couldn't be asked. So I might do that. Trouble is, you can't get proper bubble and squeak. They just put a bit of cabbage and stuff in mashed potatoes and call it bubble and squeak.
I'm reading in this forum right here about the Star Trek shows. And
Mhm.
everybody in the forums are bitching about how short the seasons are on all these new shows.
Yeah.
They're like, I miss the old days with 25 episodes in a season.
Well, the Discovery one, they got 15 episodes in the first season and the second season. I'm not sure how many's in the third yet.
I think it's 13.
They start doing that over here now. A lot of shows, instead of having the usual 10 to 20 episode, they're like 5 or 7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they've been doing over here too. They're
Yeah.
all like 8 to 10 episodes on average
And-
now.
Well, Ted was 9. There should have
Yeah.
been more. Excuse
They
me.
probably film 20 episodes one after the other, just don't show them all as one season.
Yeah, they probably split them into 2.
Yeah.
Discovery, the third season has looks like 13 episodes.
Yeah, I was right. 13.
Um,
I know season 1 had 15, but I only got to see 14 of them. Because for
Yeah,
some
but at the
reason,
same, but at
For
the
some
same
reason-
time, some of those episodes are twice the length of the previous season.
yeah.
both of third and fourth season have 13 episodes. Not sure
Yeah,
about
well-
what the fifth season is going to have because they're still coming out. So
It's as I said, some of them can be 60 minutes long.
For someone
Whereas the
only
other ones are only like 40.
episode 14 was missing out of the box set I'm watching on TV.
Okay.
the only one I'm watching Discovery only because I just want to finish it. But these
Yeah,
last,
yeah, same here.
it's fucking, oh my god, dude, they completely, this season
Yeah,
is
it's
just
rubbish. That's
dragging
why I
ass.
watched the 4th season. I just wanted to see how it ended up. The 4th season was
Yes.
diabolical.
Too
Well-
much love interests and bullshit going on. It's like I don't
Yeah.
want to see that. wanna see
Absolutely
space.
diabolical. But
I want to see
had to
space
see
and
how it
discovery. Not who's sleeping with who and whose
Start
dramas.
Weird. With all of a sudden Spock coming on in uniform and shaved.
yeah,
So there's just too much love interest bullshit going on. It's like a fucking drama. I feel like I'm watching the Kardashians that are in space.
the Kardashians in space. Yeah, that's a good term.
Mm.
Season 5.
Like
It'll
I
have 10
understand.
episodes.
I understand you got to have some side story as filler, but it's just like it seems like it's like 70% is filler crap, and then
Yeah.
30 or 40% is actually just them actually going out and discovering and going on missions, and you're getting some action and stuff like that.
When they start shooting at aliens.
Right.
I thought that was weird. When number 1 and Spock got stuck in the elevator.
Yeah. Doesn't
And
have
she,
a
she
start
started-
date on it.
and she started singing Gilbert and Sullivan.
Yeah. That was an interesting one.
Mm. You know, I
Star
think
Trek.
that
It was Star
they
Trek
did-
the musical.
if they'd have gone just a little bit further with that before she opened the trap door at the top, I reckon they should have kissed.
Yeah.
That would have opened up a whole new thing. Because I think number 1 is the closest you'll get to a Vulcan without being a Vulcan.
I love how the captain She wants to tell the other captain that she made her number one in the 5th season. Wants to tell him how to manage the people on the ship. Like, really?
I don't know. I haven't got anywhere near that.
Dominic knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's trying to be a fucking officer. She's like, oh, everybody's got to love each other on the ship. Get the fuck out of here.
The USS Orgy. Well, I mean, they've already got a gay couple,
Oh yeah,
Um,
they
and the
Yeah.
what's it? The counselor's a lesbian whose partner's dead.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
it's not, but when the hell did Star Trek ever have to do with that? It's like they have to put that in every damn show now.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's
They,
like
they
it
have
doesn't
to,
need to be. It's not like I have an issue with it. It's just it doesn't need to be in certain TV shows because
yeah,
it's
it
not.
doesn't need, yeah, I'd agree with that. That's why, that's where Discovery fell down because they had to show it. You know,
Yeah,
it
good
was
night,
virtue
Laura.
signaling at its finest. I don't care, what gender they are. Go right ahead, knock yourself out. But every time they had to forcibly push it down your throat.
And the Klingon turned into a human, had a baby that is now older than they are.
Yep.
Later, Laura.
And being lizards, did they give birth via eggs?
Don't know.
That's too much to comprehend.
Hmm.
How far is that ship, Paul?
It's just went through Marine City, so it's got to come up through St. Clair, then Marysville, then Port Huron.
So what's that? About another hour.
Yeah, I'd say it might be a couple hours. 6 o'clock, so it'd be up here about 8 o'clock, but it'll still be late at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it's going it's going dark about 8:45 here.
We're still 2 months off the longest day for you.
Middle of June, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's 2 months.
just short of 2 months, yeah. Then it don't go dark till about 10:30.
Jeez. That's what you call getting a lot of sun.
Well, not just daylight, not sun.
Yeah. Well, how often do you see the sun?
That thing about it is not only does it go dark at 10:30, it gets light at 4 o'clock.
Jeez.
I mean, it's light at 5:45 in the morning now anyway.
What's up, Daryl? How'd your
Daryl.
rest of your trip go
Daryl.
yesterday?
Long ass trip.
I think all these trips are long.
Oh, let me see if I've been messaged Jason and find out what time he's playing later.
Well, he's starting at 4:30 on the left-hand side of his screen and 5 o'clock on the right-hand side.
Oh, so I was looking up his I watched some YouTube videos of his monitor and what you can do because he obviously said I don't want to use the whole thing the game. So what you can do on that monitor, what I found, and from my understanding, is you plug in 2 video cables from your graphics card into 2 different video inputs in the monitor. And then you go into the settings, you turn picture-to-picture mode on, and it will turn it into 2 separate monitors. So he won't have that issue when he wants to record one monitor or the other. It should split it between and make it 2 monitors, and then it will take the refresh rate and it will have the refresh rate on each side to 120, which is still really good. So,
Mm.
and then he can use one half of the monitor to put, you know, his chat, whatever, his Prism and all that on, and then he can use the other monitor to actually have the game displayed on. And I think you can do it up to however many ports your display, your monitor has and your graphics card. You just have to plug a cable in for each one that you want to make a monitor.
Yeah, because I mean, if you put a game on that full screen, it's going to be stretched.
And
People are going to be wide.
well, in order to get it on the full monitor like he was trying to do at the beginning, I think you have to go into the NVIDIA. Hold on. I played around with it earlier on mine. You have to go into NVIDIA control panel and you can adjust the screen there to widen it. Like, and I can do the same thing on mine. Like if I want to make both my screens one screen and have the game on 2 different screens, but together, you know?
Yeah.
I can do it through the NVIDIA
Like
program.
a bar.
But I would have that, you know, 1/2-inch bezel in between the game because I'm using 2 separate monitors, and the bezels aren't
Same
really
way.
thick
There
on
you
my
are.
monitor.
Behind the bezel.
Let me see exactly. Well, my bezels aren't super thick on my monitor, but if you put them together, it'd probably be about a half, maybe a 1/4 inch.
1/4 inch is tiny.
Let me see exactly. See here. About 1 millimeter wide, so it'd be about 2 millimeters.
Right. So that's like
Or,
a tenth of an
or,
inch.
or no, it'd be 1 millimeter for both of them to be side by side. It's a 1/2 millimeter. I was reading it wrong.
1/2 millimeter.
Yeah.
Are you sure you read the right thing? 1/2 millimeter
Hold
is
on.
a width of a needle.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me look at my glasses. Hold on. Can't see this thing. Writing's really small. Okay, it's 5 millimeters.
Yeah, that sounds better.
So yeah, it'd be 1 millimeter or
You're 10,
10
you're 10 times out.
It'd be 10 millimeters with the thickness of
Yeah.
both.
Which is just short. 12 millimeters is 1/2 inch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was right just guessing then.
25.4 is 1 inch.
So 12.7 is 1/2 inch.
Yeah.
Stopped in Iowa, now I'm in Minnesota. Okay. At least you made it safe and everything. It's good.
So he gets paid a day for traveling there. Then he's got to do the job. Then he gets paid for a day for traveling back.
I'm sure he probably gets,
That's like,
probably doesn't
like-
get,
that's like a truck driver, you know, they get paid going and coming and going and coming and going and.
Mhm.
he probably doesn't get paid travel time or traveling. He probably just gets his hourly rate while he's on the road.
Hourly rate.
Plus he gets a per diem every day, I'm sure. But because he's using a company truck, he wouldn't get mileage or anything like that. 'Cause
I
he's
would
using-
imagine on what's it on a fixed salary rather than an hourly rate.
Or salary, yeah, I'm not sure. But I'm sure he would either get a salary pay and he probably gets I think he gets a daily per diem too.
Yeah, he might get a bonus for being away from home.
And depending on the company, I mean, it really depends on the company what they pay for per diems. Some pay only like $50 a day. Some can pay couple $100 a day. Really just depends on the company. I've seen people get as much as $140 a day in per diem. My buddy that used to work for a pipe fitting company, he'd be out of town Monday through Thursday, and then he would come home on Thursday nights. He'd come home and then he'd leave Sunday evening to go, or Sunday afternoon to go back, and he made a lot of money.
So Daryl's in Minnesota right now.
Well, there is no need to say a day per diem because per diem is just Latin for a day.
Let's see. Oh yeah, if Daryl was driving his own car, he'd be getting a lot because they'd have to pay him in mileage and everything else.
Yeah.
But then you'd also be responsible for your own maintenance on your vehicle and everything else. Which
That's-
sucks. As many miles as he puts on, dude, he'd kill a car within a year and a half.
Yeah.
Fucking that'd be a 2024 with 180,000 miles on it within 6 months. Oh, and Tim, I'm not sure if that monitor has two display ports or not, but the one guy I was watching, the two videos I watched on it were two different guys doing it. They just used one HDMI and one display port on the back of the monitor, so I'm not sure. I'd have to go on. As a matter of fact, I can go on Amazon and look. Let me see. It showed all the display ports. Let's see here.
And is the display port faster than the HDMI?
Yeah, it's better to use display port. Actually, some of the I was looking up somebody's graphics card the other day, and it actually recommended if you're outputting 4K to use display port. It has looks like two HDMI, one display, two USB 3s. I can't tell what that plug is.
Oh, PCIN. It has one PCIN plug. But he could always do the display port on the side he's playing the game on, and then just do the HDMI for the other side, because that'll just be basic tasks he's doing on that side.
I take it those monitors don't have speakers.
I don't think that one did, no. I mean, you would think as expensive as it was, it probably would. Let me
Yeah.
look.
And an optical input as well, if it did.
It looks like it has speaker grills on it, but I can't tell if that's just airflow or for speaker. Let's see.
On the back.
You mean if it's just vents or what?
Yeah.
Hey, what was it? Was it Daryl that was getting that great big monitor? How did he make out with that?
No,
Jason.
that was Jason.
Jason, have you heard any word on it? Or
Yeah, he's working on his building extension.
Yeah, he did the unboxing last night.
yeah,
Yeah, he's just trying to figure out how to get everything working on it, because it's whenever you introduce something drastically different like that to your already set up system, now it fucks with all your settings. You got to go in and figure out what all your settings are and all that. So it's something that you just have to do every time you get something new like that. He'll figure it out though. Jason's a smart dude.
So what you're saying is, Paul, don't do that.
no,
Yeah.
No,
I don't change anything unless I have.
actually,
Well-
what he's saying is, this is me covering my back because I made Jason buy it and I'm shitting it.
No, he knows that was going to be an issue, like trying to figure all that out, but he'll get it figured out. It's just I even wrote in his chat today when he was gaming. I said, "Oh, the fun of running 20 programs to play a video game, and you're trying to get all these programs to sync up with each other and everything. Oh, it's a pain in the ass sometimes.
So,
Sometimes
I'm
you
on-
could be using 3 or 4 different programs, for streaming and different things.
Yeah, I'm on Amazon looking for a sealer for my projects. Yeah, now I've got it going around in my head, and I've found one. It says it's corrosive, highly flammable. Yeah,
Stop, please.
it can irritate your eyes, and it's poisonous. And it says not suitable for children under 36 months.
But if they're over 36
Not
months,
suitable for any fucker.
if they're over 3 years old, it's perfectly all right.
I like how they refer to kids in months when they're that old. It's like, dude, they're 3. It's like,
Now,
remember
36
in
months.
what was it? What was that? Grown Ups, when he was still on his mom's titty. He was 4 years old. He goes, "How old is that kid?" He goes, 48 months. He goes, "Dude, that's 4." Say 48 months like it makes it sound younger or something.
Yeah, there was a story a couple of years ago about a woman that was still breastfeeding a 16-year-old child. It's like, right, there's a point where you say stop.
Yeah, there's a point where it becomes awkward.
Yeah, especially in the middle of McDonald's. You're not having a milkshake, you can have the left nipple.
Walks up, shakes mom, and then starts sucking on one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a little much.
Yeah, get accused of having sex with a minor. It's all right, it's my son. I'm just feeding him.
That's exactly what that would look like at that age. I'm sorry. That would look like it's something in that manner. Yeah, I'm not sure, Tim, because if I was there with Jason, I could help play around with the screen with them. I don't know. I don't know what all the settings are in it. So,
What he means is he'd love to be there fiddling.
oh, I would be like, let me just take this off you. Obviously, it's not working correctly. Now, Jason will figure it out, though. Like I said, I think if he splits the monitor into 2 and watches those videos I sent him, he should be able to get it figured out.
Yeah, Jigsaw should be able to do that. All right, I think you call it a skill saw.
Because technically, if that works as the video said it does and the way they set it up, technically he should be able to do up to 3 separate monitors on it if he wanted to. Because he's got 3 ports on the back to plug in video inputs into.
Well, it's wide enough to do 3 monitors on it.
Oh yeah. Because it
Mm.
each could probably give you what, about a
It'll give you
24-inch
about
screen?
14-inch square screens.
Yeah.
Slightly more.
And like I said, another thing that I think he needs to go in and
Give you
Oh.
three 16-inch by 14-inch screens.
because one thing I think he definitely needs to go in and play around with is that NVIDIA control panel. Because, like, let me show it here. Because, like, on here, you can go in here and you can change resolutions. You can adjust your desktop color settings. You can you can set up your G Sync, which he has the advanced, like the Pro G Sync. You can do all your different adjustments, and this is all through your graphics card. So I think I don't know if he knows about this, but I'm gonna let him know later if I talk to him to check that out too and mess around with that, because go in there and change it. That's really easy to do in there. But I would definitely, if I was him, I would try. Well, he said he didn't really want to use the whole screen to play the game because it was a little much. That's why I said that 50-inch would have probably, that 59-inch probably would have been way too much.
59-inch. Oh, that's not enough.
That's 5 foot wide. That
We're
must be
trying to
2
bring a monitor that
must have been-
loops
that
all
must
the
have
way
been
around you.
2 foot tall.
What about a monitor that loops all the way around you? So if you're playing Euro Trucks, you can literally flip around and you can see what's going on behind you.
360.
Yeah.
That'd be
Oh
great.
shit, that would be cool if you were doing a flight simulator and you actually had a chair that could move with the game
Yeah.
and it would just move you in the screen, like as you're going around, you know? That'd be
Yeah.
badass.
Hey, you just buy. Just buy a plane. That'd be right. That'd be probably the the most realistic.
Yeah,
flight
buy
simulator.
a plain cockpit and replace the windows with monitors.
Yeah. Or just buy the ones that the pilots use. That's a flight simulator.
True.
It might be a bit expensive, but
Well, if you're buying a display that can wrap around you like that, I'm sure price ain't an issue. Something like that'd probably be like 10, 20 grand.
and then some.
Didn't I send you that picture the other month, week, or whenever, Justin, of that game setup that guy was selling on Facebook with the 3 screens and all the steering wheel and pedals and everything in front with the seat? I think he was selling it for about, was it £3,500, something like that. I've still got it somewhere, I think.
Johnny printed off that in TPU and he said it's a little loose in the back. So what I did was just went in Tinkercad and pulled a couple of millimeters off the side and kind of brought it in, and one off the back, and it kind of pulled it in. So we'll try that. That might work perfect, but it might be tight enough now. They had one on Colts that you could buy. It looked like Dobos. So like you buy the STL file for $5.
Jonathan straightened everybody else. They were talking about milk and boobs.
But
Yep. Doesn't matter if there's milk in there or not.
that's just extra.
Yeah, that's a
It's
bonus.
like a bonus. While I had the goggles on, Dave took a picture of me sitting next to him. I was sitting down on my little chair, flying. Yeah, I could use that in here for bugs, man.
Ah,
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Yeah.
getting dark down there in the water already. It's only 6:26, but it's cloudy. Must
What
be
is
thick
wrong?
clouds.
Wait for your Wait for your Get your Eno must be ready for one. Eno must be ready for one. It's a ride.
Joe's got red. Where's the white and the blue?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about doing white for the bumpers, and then getting the red and blue props.
Oh, there you go. I have seen that there's some third-party props already.
Yeah, red and blue or orange and black, or I think red and blue. Yeah, red and blue, orange, black, or just black. But that's made out of PLA.
Hmm.
I just wanted to see how it would fit. And Johnny's got the thing, and he was printing the TPU, and he said it was a little loose in the back. So I just sent him another file where I kind of tightened it in a little bit.
So it's like Dobos, just without the little loops on the outside.
Yeah, this one's going to be this one. I flew this today with this on it just to see what it would do. I figured, even without the TPU, the softness, at least it'll give it a little more protection, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. The other part of it is less likely to impact the flight characteristics
What's up,
because it's
Joe?
solid because it's solid on the outside.
Yeah, I'll
Joe,
tell you
did you
what.
notice
So
any
it's-
change in its flight abilities?
Well, I was also flying at about 30-mile-an-hour winds. No. Yeah.
Have you seen the wobble that Match Tech has seen?
No, I have not seen it. And I've seen it when I return to home, it goes crazy. Because the
Yeah,
same thing
it's
with the original.
it's amplified in Return to Home.
Yeah, with the original, that sucker's doing this coming on.
Hmm.
You know, but I haven't seen that wobble at all. And I was, like I said, it was
It's
34
there.
mile an hour winds where we were. And
Yeah,
it was gusting to 34, but it was steady at about 12.
Based on the number of people in the forum post on the DJI forum, it's there. The curious part is it just a batch of one set of drones? Is it, is it a batch of the sensor in the rear of that thing? Because that's what they added, was that new rear sensor. Who knows?
I'm gonna look at this flight.
DJI figured it out.
Oh yeah.
Some people tried to say it was because MadTech took his drone apart. Well, there's people
Yeah, I
that
heard
had
that
there's a crap ton of people that have seen the exact same issue and they didn't take their drone apart. So something's there. It's like the prop explosion, right? Not everybody
Yeah.
had props explode, but a lot of people had props explode. So I think that's kind of true with this wobble thing, is that yeah, the wobble's real and maybe not for everybody. So
It's probably real.
yeah,
Let's see,
and
I'm gonna
they'll,
look at mine.
they'll figure it out. It's just a software issue, like anything.
Oh,
They'll
yeah.
adjust it. They'll adjust it.
These are that, what's it, gamers thing that's for sale.
No, that's a
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
big cost reduction.
That's a seat that vibrates and moves around a little bit. I've seen that.
So he wants 3,750 versus the 9,999.99.
Those, I've seen those chairs, those things at most usually will go for about 10 grand, depending on how extensive they are. 'Cause some of them have actual hydraulics and actuators in them and shit, and they'll move like
The
crazy.
company in Las Vegas has got one that I really, really, really like, and it's in about that price range that he's talking about.
There's a hell of a lot of buttons on that joystick.
There's a hell of a lot of buttons in an airplane up on the ceiling.
The dash, yep.
If you look over top of those pilots' heads, you go, how the hell do you know what all those damn
Which
buttons
switches
are
are for? Yeah.
There's like 100 switches up there.
You
How do you
ignore
remember?
them.
How the hell do
You
you
only have
remember
to
what it
turn
is?
5 of them on, probably.
They have good labels on them and they have a book.
Yeah.
Okay, I noticed one little wobble just now.
I'd need a new front room to fit
It'd be in
that.
the goggles view, not in the video. Won't show up in the video because of rock steady.
Well, maybe that's why I don't see it, because I don't look at the goggles view.
You should see it when you're flying.
I don't see it when I'm flying. I'm
Mm.
more worried about what's in front of me.
Yeah, well, go
I'm not
back and
looking
look.
at the way it's.
Go back and look at your goggles videos. It's pretty obvious. It's got a little random sort of left-right little twitch from the videos I've seen.
Well, I gotta head out. I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
Later.
Dominic.
Yeah.
Good night.
So DJI made me mad, so I had to use a non-DJI drone. But here's the video. It's a construction site close to me. Actually, it's a neighborhood, brand new neighborhood they're building on the other side of the highway from me. But I drove by this road and I saw this pit out there, and I was like, God damn, that thing looks deep. couldn't put the DJI drone up, so I put the Baby Hawk up. And goddamn, that ditch is that retention pod is freaking deep. That thing's 30 plus
I
on that
what's
retention pod. I was just like, holy crap! They were digging a hole to China when they built this one.
is that where Dominic's gone? He's with John tonight.
think so, yeah.
So, yeah, they're building an entire new neighborhood. The other thing
That's
that
a
caught
lot of
my
work.
yeah, the other thing that caught my eye, and Captain Joe will see it here in a second, as to why I wanted to fly here. Can you see it, Joe? Oh, come on. You had to have seen it.
I was looking for a girl. What?
No, girl. No. This is a big area we're putting this neighborhood in. This is just one phase of the area.
That's gonna be a nice pond right there.
Hey, it's gonna be a deep pond, I can tell you that much. Holy
I'm
crap.
telling you.
It's at least 30 plus is my estimate.
That should attract a few alligators.
Yeah, just a few.
Yeah, see all of the cranes.
Yeah, those things. Yeah, exactly. You'll
Yep.
see them a little closer here in a minute. I didn't get completely crazy. I was just kind of cruising around. Yes, there you go. We underneath.
High
You almost
abs.
got that rebar right there.
Yeah, I know. I didn't see it till the last second. I was like, well, okay, good thing I missed it. Then I turned around and went through both of them.
Yeah, I
That
think
was easier. It's safer that way.
Yeah,
the
it's safer
high
that
abs-
direction. But you had to hit it right. Otherwise, you were going to hit those other vehicles parked right next to it. So you kind of had to
We've
be
got
cognizant.
Yeah, about a mile and a half from here, 3 miles from here, maybe. There's a Tractor Supply store on Highway 90, and they got about 14 of them lined up together. And I was
Up,
thinking
Jim?
about going out there and flying.
Oh
through
my
them.
God, that would I would die to go. I would die to go fly through 14 of them like that.
They look
And they're
like
all,
post
they're
hole
all next
diggers.
to each other.
Hey, no, they're high abs. Back
That's going to be
actors.
deep. That's about 30 feet.
Yeah, it's 30 feet. Yeah, for sure. It's like, holy crap, that's a big hole.
There's some big fish in there.
Yeah,
They're
some big
basically
fish.
trench diggers.
I presume this is all going to be part of their storm drainage system.
Yep.
So eventually they will lay pipe in the bottom of this thing, and that drain pipe will go off somewhere. Because we are connected to the community that's just north of this. We're a gated golfing community. All of the lakes are actually interconnected. And our lakes there's a pipe that runs under 95, are connected to another golfing housing community on the east side of 95 that's set up the same way. All of their lakes are interconnected, and that drains into the intercoastal. So both communities essentially drain to the ocean.
And I'll forward that comment to Lynn for you, Tim.
So according to my neighbors, in 2005, we had like 28 inches of rain in about 24 hours here in this neighborhood. And according to my neighbors, when they finally opened the floodgates fully, my lake out back had about a 15 plus foot whirlpool sucking the water down when they opened that thing up.
So it's not an overflow. They can actually drain the whole lake from it.
Yes, because
It's
we're draining essentially to the ocean.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not an overflow. It's a sump. So
Yeah.
it doesn't leave. If they drain it, it doesn't leave any water in the lake at all.
No, I have no idea if they left it wide open whether it would drain all the way down. But it's like a little bit like a dam. It's got a gate, and they can open the gate and let it rip. I would presume it probably drains most
No,
of the
that'll
lake.
drain, that'll
It probably
drain to a
drains
level.
most of it. I don't know that
That'll
it can
just
drain
drain.
all of it, but I would gather it probably can drain more than 50% of it.
Yeah, if it's a gate, it'll just drain to a level.
Yeah. So the fact that I had a 15-foot whirlpool in the lake out back, yeah, that thing was sucking down a lot of water. You have
But,
to
like,
realize almost
when
every
you-
lake
when
in
you
the
say-
community was doing the same thing.
When you say it's a whirlpool, that usually means a bottom drain. So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
it-
yeah. I'm sure the pipe,
Which
the drain
would
pipe,
drain all of it.
yeah, the drain's probably on it's sitting on the bottom for sure. Actually, oh, that's the tab that I lost.
Well, it's either that or a pipe that goes so far up and when it hits the level of the pipe, it stops.
Yeah.
I said, I'm gonna forward that comment to Lynn that you just said to Jim, Tim. That's what I said.
But it depends. I mean, they could want it so they can drain the lakes completely, so they can pick up all the golf balls that have been hit into them.
Man, no.
A lot of places actually have a net so that they can lift the net up and collect all the golf balls and then drop the net back down again, so that the net lies on the bottom of the lake.
We don't have anything like that over here.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
do.
surprised.
Probably-
Could you imagine lifting it up and on crocodiles? Screw
Probably
that.
depends on the
Keep
golf
the
course.
balls.
Yeah,
So-
you do. The majority of lake, as they call them, lake balls, which are ones that are being picked back out of lakes, come from America.
Yeah, maybe it's better, easier
Uh,
to see in the other view. So all of
Probably,
these,
probably
all of
because
these
there are a lot
lakes,
of golf courses with lakes on.
yeah, all of these lakes in the community are all literally all interconnected. I think the pipe that runs over to the other side is, I don't know whether it's here or here. It might be here by the main, or what used to be the main golf club. It's also the only natural lake in this place. Actually, the natural lake is this guy up here. No, it's this one. That guy right there is the natural lake. But we're connected to the other side. I don't know why it doesn't show, because Google Maps is old. That's why. All of those, all of this, yeah, you can see a little bit of it, right? Here's a lake. There's some more lakes in this community on this side. And then these guys drain all the way over into here, which is the intercoastal.
Fucking Donald. He said,
I mean-
who's a,
Why they put lake on a golf course? But
So
I
the
understand
elevation
why
is,
they put lakes in residential areas in an area frequented by alligators.
so the elevation is 20 feet to 30 some feet, probably for both communities. And obviously it's 0 elevation over here. So you got 20 feet downhill to suck the water down. Apparently it works pretty well.
What
Donald
distance?
wants,
From your furthest point away from the intercoastal, what's the distance?
Oh, that's a good question. Here, let's show.
Donald wants to know who's the net. Why is she so interested in grabbing balls, Mark?
So let's see here. Let me find my house. Yeah, my house is
Business selling lake balls, I'll tell you.
Yeah, because you get them super cheap too, right?
measure distance to
And
the
if you-
intercoastal or the
Quite
ocean.
often they've only been hit once.
So the distance from my house to the actual ocean is just a hair over 4 miles.
And it's only a 20-foot drop.
Yes. Well,
That is not a big gradient.
it's enough to drain it. It's enough to keep the
yeah.
entire
No, it's-
neighborhood from flooding.
It's enough to drain it, but it's not a big gradient.
Yeah. No, don't disagree. But it's
Well-
enough, and that's all that matters.
you've got 5,200 feet to a mile. So that's 20,000, nearly 21,000 feet, and only a 20-foot drop. That's a 1 in 100 fall.
Mm-hmm.
That's your average footpath from
Yeah, but if that's like a 4-foot diameter,
curb.
that's a big volume of water going through there.
They
It's probably at least a 36-inch pipe
They
for
would
sure.
probably make it that big, to be honest with you. I mean, a 3-foot pipe at 20 foot.
That's a massive amount of water.
It's on, yeah, but it's only got 20 feet to go from
Yeah,
one
give or
end
take.
to the other. A
Like I
3-foot
said,
pipe
all I
would
know
on-
is my neighbor said there was a 15-foot whirlpool in
A
our
3-foot
lake behind the
pipe
house
would
when they
only
opened the gate up.
under the ground at the top end, kind of thing, to get the gradient needed to actually drain.
Again, you have to keep in mind 20 to 30 feet. I think my house is probably just a hair over 30 feet elevation. So most of this is probably 25, 30 feet sea level elevation.
Yeah, but you're talking about the bottom of the lake, not the top of the lake.
Yeah. No, agreed. And keep in mind, this is not where it's draining to. My guess is it's draining. Oh, here. Let's clear the
And
measurement. Let's clear the measurement, because I think
it will probably only drain to just about the surface of the intercoastal. It won't go under it, or else you'll get backwash.
yeah, so I actually think the drain pipe is up here somewhere, the main gate, because it's got to be up where most of the office stuff is, to this side. And then technically the intercoastal, the water, this whole Tomoka intercoastal waterway thing is like right here. So if it only goes that far, then you're talking, 20 feet and a little over 2 miles. I doubt the pipe drains all the way over here to the main channel. It could drain anywhere in here, because this is all freaking connected. It's all sea level.
Yeah.
'Cause this is all the intercoastal.
So is that like a floodplain at the beginning, or is it just all a floodplain, basically?
It's a big swamp. Yeah. That area is just a big honking swamp. There, I'll zoom in on it.
I was only saying because, like, that used to be my job, designing sewers and roads.
No, he's still here, Tim. He's going here in a little bit, in about, what, an hour and a half, Paul?
What?
You said that chip's supposed to be there in about an hour and a half, right?
Well, it just
2 hours.
went past St. Clair. So the next stop would be, the next city would be Marysville, then Port Huron.
What kind of speed is that one doing?
It's doing right now.
Because it looked like it was going quite fast from the video.
Give me a minute here, Mark. I'll try to find my video from that area. I've got some. I'll show you what it looks like.
Ten knots, and it's got about 12 kilometers to go.
Watching.
How will you communicate with me?
10 not 12 kilometers.
Don't
gonna
even
be-
think about it. Lay down.
Just over 3/4 of an hour,
Sit.
thereabouts. You got-
Justin, are you being serviced or what? She said lay down.
In fact,
She's talking to the dog.
Oh,
12 kilometers.
Roll over,
is
Justin.
only 3/4. So at 10 knots, that's going to be with you in about 35 minutes. Hear that, Paul?
Yeah, but I'm guessing about the distance. Cause I got you down on the bottom of the marine traffic, it's got a little guide that shows.
Yeah, key.
Okay,
2, 4, 6.
What's up, cool cat?
And
here you go,
12.
Mark. I finally found
Probably
the- I-
about 15 kilometers.
I would say you've got 3/4 of an hour at best.
I keep
So-
watching it over here.
So this is that intercoastal area that I was kind of pointing to that I said we drain into. You'll get to see here in a minute what that entire area kind of looks like. So there on the left is the main channel, and the far distance is the ocean. But the intercoastal is connected to the ocean. It's kind of one and the same. You just have this little island that runs down the length of
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah, they've got the same. It's like a breakwater,
Mm-hmm.
just an artificial island to.
Let's just
Trying
say
to-
a wave would have to be
Yeah.
about a little over 20 feet high to get over that intercoastal.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Yeah, that's what it's there for, to protect the mainland.
Mm-hmm.
And yet people still pay a fortune to live on it.
It's a nice area.
Yeah, but they're living on a.
Oh yeah, that's why the insurance rates out there are pretty high. So there's
Yeah.
that water, there's that watery area that you were seeing on the map. So it's kind of a big swampy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Actually, if I back it up just a little, oh crap, a little more. It's
So pretty much
Stop.
an even bigger area for alligators.
yeah. So if you look out here in the distance, you see this line right there. That's actually the Tomoka, which is that big honking lake that piece of water that I was showing you
in a
on the
card.
map.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is all that swampy area. Lots of fishing.
Yeah, it looked like there'd be a bunch of fish in
I
there.
should have backed the video up. I would have pointed. Actually, maybe I would. Let's see here. Keep your eye on this video. You'll see over here. There's a dock, and all I got to say is watch for the splash. When I went back and went frame by frame on this video to see what the hell it was, I was like, "Holy freaking cow!" Boom, right there. You want to know what that thing? You want to know what that was when I zoomed in on it?
Well, I guess it was a gator.
No.
No?
It was a shark. It was a shark chasing probably about a 3 foot long fish.
All right.
I literally saw the teeth and the fish sort of jumping through the teeth.
Tim.
Wow.
But yeah, so the intercoastal has sharks in it. So the sharks do wander back into this.
Well, it is saltwater still. It's still
Yeah,
part of the sea.
brackish, technically brackish, but it's probably more saltwater.
Well, officially, it's still part of the sea.
Yes, 100% because it's connected. So there's that area. It's a beautiful area.
Mm.
My house is kind
Yeah,
of right
biscuits?
over in here on the right hand
There
side.
isn't any left.
But there's that big body of water that is the intercoastal in Daytona, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where we drain into somewhere. And I'm sure it's close on that edge. So 2.5 miles, give or take.
I have no idea where it is.
I'll just say they put a lot of thought when they built these the communities on both sides of the highway. It was ICI Homes. They put a ton of thought into making sure that we had the storm, so that people don't have to buy flood insurance. Beautiful, kind of a beautiful place to fly around.
Mhm.
And then that is the main channel that continues to run north up towards Palm Coast and all the way up to St. Augustine.
Mhm. How often do they have a route through the island to the sea?
That's one of the more interesting things about where I live. Okay, are you seeing the map now? Did it flip to the map? I flipped tabs. Here, let me stop and share again. Just to make
No,
sure.
it was what's it that
It was probably
was it?
still on the other tab. There you go.
It were top down of a road.
Yeah, let me go to this view. It's easier and it's
Yeah.
easier in this view. So that big kind of open area that you saw was this piece right here. This is the whole intercoastal, but that's kind of the big Tomoka Reserve kinds of thing.
Uh-huh.
So that water right there goes all the way up north of Palm Coast, because Palm Coast is right here before you get to the outlet up here on the north side of Palm Coast is where the water goes out to the ocean. So
Uh-huh.
let's go clear measurement, measure distance. The other end of all of this is all the way down here by New Smyrna. Is the other opening. This is one of the reasons we don't see a lot of boats. That's 47 miles.
Yeah.
But there is a good thing on this from a hurricane perspective. Inundation, right, of water getting pushed in.
Yeah.
It's a long ways from here to either direction where water could be being pushed into the intercoastal. We
Yeah.
got no worrying about storm surge for where I live. Because unless the storm surge is going over top of the island, yeah, we're probably okay. So there is an upside. There is an upside from a storm perspective to that area. But yeah, it's literally 47 miles between going in and out. That's why most of the boats are down here in New Smyrna. Tons and tons of boats down here. This is also why it's the shark capital of the world. So this is where the intercoastal comes out, right? So this is literally where all of the fish and bait fish are coming out from the intercoastal to the ocean. So the sharks are just fucking sitting here just offshore
waiting.
It's the food source. It's literally the food source coming in and out between the intercoastal that causes. This is why New Smyrna is the shark capital bite of the world, because they're waiting on dinner to be served from the intercoastal. It's an interesting area.
Does anyone know if they really do have a shark bite hospital in Silver City, New Mexico?
I don't know why the hell you. I don't know why the hell you would put one there unless they like have a SeaWorld.
I'm just wondering whether Rat Race was serious when he said he was going to Silver City, New Mexico, to the shark bite place.
Maybe they make shark bite drinks, like snake bite.
There's
snake bite. Snake bites are made from Yukon Jack.
Snake bites are British.
It's still made from Yukon Jack. It's still made from Yukon Jack.
You mean snake bites are British? We don't have any freaking snakes over here.
A snake bite is half of bitter and half of cider.
Yeah, it's probably like everything. There's versions of it around the world. So maybe that's what a shark bite is. Maybe a shark bite is a drink and not what the.
What do you want, dog?
Not what it sounds like. Not what it sounds like.
We see what's input. They've got a shark bite. He's in Australia. It's called a morgue.
Tim's on a
Paul,
roll.
I thought you had to pay for that app.
No, it's a free app.
I thought you had to pay like so much or something to
No,
unlock
no,
features of
You,
it.
you can up it and get a more expensive app, but I ran into people all the time from all over the country and they want to know how I know about the ships, and I tell they'll just stand right there on their cell phone and load that down in, and they've got it, you know. That's worldwide too. So it's like I was talking to some people today.
back.
Were from out of the area, and they were amazed that they could, once they loaded it, I can look back in Louisiana, I can look down in the coast, I can look in California. I says you can look in the whole world if you just pinch out for them.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off because I'm gonna probably play a little Fortnite with Jason later. He goes live.
When you say
Yeah,
later,
I
is
need
that
to-
in 2 weeks?
I need to run as well. I got some batteries I need to run down.
No,
See y'all tomorrow.
Catch you later.
We'll see you.
no, he's said he's just trying to figure out a couple things and he might go live later. I
You
told him
might
also.
go.
He told me he'd
Sorry,
message
just
me
clearing
if
my
he does.
throat.
All right, I'll catch y'all later.
Okay.
Catch you later,
See-
Justin.
If not, we'll see you in the morning, right?
Yep,
Can play Fall Guys.
I'll see y'all in the morning.
Bye.
David says to shut it down, right, David?
That's it. It's up to you, Paul.
Well, we haven't got that many people watching. We got 15. Well, that's not bad. But the problem is that
They're all asleep.
they're all sleeping, I think. Yeah. There sure isn't, I got cable TV and it sure isn't much on it, I'll tell you. That interests me.
Well, a couple of months ago, I started looking for my Microsoft Surface Pro. Couldn't find it. So last week, I kicked out the power supply for it. Don't need it anymore. Clearly lost the Surface Pro. Today, found the Surface Pro.
Really?
I wonder if the bin men will bring my power supply back. Jonathan asked, "How many people need to be on for you to shut down, Paul?"
What's that?
Jonathan asked, "How many people need to be on for you to shut down?"
Well, it just, Jonathan, what happens is when the chat stops moving and people, because I've got it set on a timer on the left-hand side. I can see what time people put in. And when it stops, it gets like 5 or 10 minutes since the last comment was made, then I'd say it's time.
Well, I'm gonna make tracks because I'll put the birds to bed,
Okay, David.
and then gonna get up tomorrow to listen to Laura going on how she's gonna beat up a couple of doctors.
Okay, David, thanks, buddy.
Yep. I shall see you all tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow. Hey, everybody, I'm going to shut it down because David said to shut it down. So
Yeah, blame me. I'm out of here.
It works for me. Bye. Bye, everybody. Thanks for being here. We'll see you on the morning. I've got to get ready myself for that ship to come up here. I got to try.